Hey, Underworld Dream. I was just sharing this out. That was quick. I just started the stream. Alright, let me get the game going. Let me see how much charge. Okay, I got this going for a little while. Let me go get my turkey pot pie that I was cooking and something to drink, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me see. This is still... Alright. I'm back. Let me get this going. And I'll play as long as I can to try to get Marshal. Because I played Animal Crossing New Leaf, and for the longest time I had a Marshal's this white squirrel, and he was always my favorite. And he was like, he lived right next door to me, and he was really cool. He had moved away a while back, and great thing about this game is when you get a neighbor, you can have it, you can actually have a group of them can always stay in your camp, so you don't have to worry about them moving away. So you can switch it around and stuff anytime. But how have you been doing? You been doing alright, Underworld? I noticed, on my last stream, I guess you just had left because, I was asking if you were still here and you didn't respond, so I guess you had taken off. But that's fine. I just was wondering if everything was alright. good. Alright, that's good. You play this game or any of the Animal Crossing games, Underworld? No? Okay. Well, this is a nice, sweet little game. This is free on the App Store. Forgot why I logged off last time. Maybe something I had to do. Oh, that's alright. See if I can't move the chat up or anywhere else. Darn it. Flipped this up. It's stuck. The game has where you have to play with the tablet upwards and vertical. Let me see. Collect some stuff first. Somebody lost a book. That's all the trees, yep. The cool thing is, when I first got the game, I think because I deleted it shortly after I got it, but then I got the game back, and I noticed they added this whole thing to repeat. The little pelican can deliver items to everybody, so that'll be good. So I can do that, and that can help level up. You get friendship points from doing little stuff, level up where the hearts are at, and then that helps level up your friendship thing. And you also get items and stuff too. So that's cool. Just check Eloise. How I'm supposed to get her thing is currently locked at level 7, so let me see how I can. Oh, it's a camp thing, I think. You're supposed to set up a tent, I think. Or make a new tent. Upgrade a tent, I don't know. I'll check in just a second. Let's talk. Okay. Let me go to the camp and see if that'll help. This has been a really fun game. I'm excited for the new one on the Nintendo Switch. That'll be really cool. I've been thinking the past couple of days that that I could do just start doing other live streams of other mobile games and stuff instead of just doing Marvel Future Fight. I can still do Marvel Future Fight too if y'all want to see more of that. Even though it's just me doing the same daily stuff I do every day. Sounds good. Well, the good thing is I said before about I was going to get a capture card. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but I will be getting a PS4 and some games for it, so I will be streaming PS4 games. Because the PS4 has a streaming option. So I was thinking like stuff like Spider-Man PS4, but do what you enjoy. That's fine. That's what I'm going to be doing. I was just saying, like, I probably won't have to worry about a capture card completely right now, because I could just stream games off of PS4 and off of, like, any mobile games and stuff. So I could do that. I mean, some of the stuff I was going to be getting, I was going to get, Spider-Man PS4, I was going to get Kingdom Hearts, the story so far, which it is 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8 all in one thing. So it's every Kingdom Hearts game more or less in one package, and it's only $40. So you get Kingdom Hearts 1, you get Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. 358 Over Half Days is a cutscene movie. You get Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. You get Recoded as a cutscene movie. And then you get Dream Not Distance. You get this thing, Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep Fragmentary Passage, which was kind of a tech demo showing off how the combat would be in Kingdom Hearts 3. And you could play as Aqua again. So there was that, and then there was this other thing, Kingdom Hearts back cover, which was like showing how this whole Keyblade War started. Are they remastered? Yes, they are, because 1.5 2.5 that updated the graphics. In Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 1's case, there were features. There was some people don't know this, but there was actually some features that were cut out from the game. Well, not much, but there was still some little stuff cut from the game when it made it to the US. I think when you beat one of the Hercules, Olympus bosses, I think like the Ice Titan, you beat the Ice Titan, you get a Keyblade. If you beat Sephiroth in the first game, you get a Keyblade, which in the original US PS2 thing, it was cut. It was in the Japanese one though. Also, some of the Dalmatian puppies in Kingdom Hearts 1, or in the remix, are like they're moved around. Let's see. And then Kingdom Hearts 2 had some extra stuff too in the when they did because it's the final mix that they did. So yeah, they really updated. I think I know what I'm supposed to do. Let me see. Go back. Save. And the graphics, obviously, as I said, are updated and whatnot. So it's a great value because you're getting the whole series. How do I get? I'm gonna have to find out how to get another tent, amity or whatever it's called. I think that's how it's supposed to upgrade. Unless you're supposed to talk to him. Let me see. Nope, that didn't do anything. Oh well. Okay. Talk to sweet little Rosie. Come on. There we go. But I was gonna see, like I said, Kingdom Hearts story so far, Spider-Man PS4. I was thinking about getting the Telltale Walking Dead games, or at least the first 2 seasons. I don't know. I'll have to see what I'm gonna do. I could either get the seasons separately, or I could get, they have a collection that has Telltale Walking Dead seasons 1, 2, 3, and the Marshal miniseries, which is 3 episodes. So basically, it's 18 episodes. So I'm trying to decide. I was also thinking I could try out the Uncharted series, like, because there's a trilogy on PS4. That's the first 3 games. So I could try that. I was gonna see at some point about getting The Last of Us. Like I said, there's a lot of games. There's also the 3 Arkham games. There's the Return to Arkham collection, which has Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. And then there's Arkham Knight, and that's all on PS4, so I have to figure out. But I'll have more than enough where I could do streams of. And it could be just like little hangouts and stuff, and we can talk, you know. Or we can all, like, anyone who joins the stream, we can all just talk, have a fun time. She looks so sneaky. She's kind of the mascot, like, if Nintendo ever has a neighbor that they show off kind of as, like, with the other characters, like Tom Nook, it's Rosie. And it's funny because Rosie, I think, that was one of the neighbors in the Animal Crossing anime movie. Okay. Try catching all these. Oh, that's 3. That's still good. Have you played the Telltale game before? Let me see. Play the Telltale game before. You don't want to buy the collection, think you're saving money, and end up hating it. I've seen the story. I've seen the story, like, the whole thing. I've seen all 4 seasons, and I've seen the Michonne thing, and I think that would be fun to play, or fun to do, like, as a story. And if not, I could just get, like, maybe just season 1 and 2. I don't have to get, like... And, I mean, and that's another thing, the collection that has seasons 1, 2, 3, and the Michonne miniseries, that's only, $30-$40 too. I'd have to get it off Amazon, though. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I'm gonna plant some flowers. Let me see. It's like another thing I was thinking about getting, but it looks really crazy and whatnot, is the Deadpool PS4 game. I mean, I might get it eventually, but I don't know. I mean, as of right now, that's the closest thing, like, X-Men related that's on PS4, which is kind of sad. Unless you count the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games. Okay. Go to my list of friends. Or wait, no, I'll go back to my map. Let's see if I can... Anything else? Yep. Give me just a second. I was gonna finally eat my pot pie. Okay, I'm gonna do that while I'm playing the game. It's a little bit hot. Give it a few more minutes. If he needed, I think he got a squid. I might have to catch some fish. Oh, that's a cute little girl in a... Are you going to see Shazam? Yeah, I want to. I really do. I hope I can go see it this week. I don't know. Well, when it comes out. I thought... Because Tevu did a review of the movie, Tevu Smoka, and I figured it was... I already thought it was out, but apparently it won't be out till April 5th, I think. I think he got an early screening of it. But I hope it does better than Captain Marvel. Because it's just... I mean, I think it's going to do good regardless. I'm just tired of hearing about Carol Danvers right now. I will say that I think, from what I've seen of the thing, from what I've seen of her on Earth's Mightiest Heroes, she's more, like, she's not as much, like, this was way before they did Civil War 2, I mean. It was before they did Civil War 2 where they made her more of a villain. And they didn't realize it because they thought, oh, strong female character, she can do no wrong, even though she, like, I pointed out to people, like, or one person said, I don't get why people hate her. I'm like, well, Civil War 2, because she started arresting people before they committed crimes that they may never commit. So it's like, and she just did not care. Like, I mean, if you see the story, I mean, I haven't read it, but I've seen a video that talked about it. And it's like, just, she's just so full of herself. And people, I'm like, I find it crazy, like, that people, I get it if they liked her before that story, or before they pushed this whole unlikable character shit. But it's just, I mean, I find it surprising that the movie, I mean, I'm not saying anything bad that it's made this much, but I'm surprised that it's almost at $1 billion. Given the overall reception of it, it's just, I figured it would make maybe just above Ant-Man numbers. Oh, well, I got a squid. Okay, so I don't have to go fishing then. I don't want to give him a snack, though. Not right now. Take this. People ideology clouds their view. Yeah. That's just crazy. Oh, this is cute. Here's some kind of super soup wizard. This stuff is amazing. Here's your reward. Well, then I'm glad I gave it to him directly. If I had just done it as a delivery, I wouldn't have gotten this cute little scene. Your help is always, you're always the best, bro. Okay. Does he have any other requests? You can always talk to me. Do I have any food? Okay. I'm thinking like another thing I want to finally get to see. I wasn't interested that much before because I didn't really care for Avengers. But I've been seeing more clips and I've been getting more interested in checking out Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And I'm prepared to get, I'm already mad, but I'm prepared to get mad for the fan base after the last episode because they were going to do more for that show. They were going to do another season. There's a video that shows like production art or whatever for season 3 or what would have been season 3. And it seems like Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that in the thing that it was like there would have been one of the production images showed a picture of or it was an image of Cyclops and Jean Grey, and it was and they were wearing like their like retro, like their first outfits, like when they were starting the X-Men, like when like issue 1. So I was like, that's just, I'm like, wow. And that would probably explain why, other than Wolverine, they didn't really show mutants that much in the, or show X-Men that much in the show, because it's possible that Charles Xavier was either just getting them together or they had just been like not fully established as X-Men yet. And I find that, I don't find that diminishing of X-Men. I find that kind of interesting because out of all of the shows, other than Wolverine the X-Men, I think did one episode, they've never really shown like the beginnings of the X-Men, like other than like First Class and or the First Class movie, X-Men First Class, and the one episode of Wolverine the X-Men. Unless you count X-Men Evolution, but they had different costumes in that. You could count that, though. Let me see. Map. How about this little cat right here? Have you ever seen Earth's Mightiest Heroes Underworld? Because I've heard a lot of people have seen it, and a lot of people thought it was really good, so... I've seen some episodes that didn't like the art style. That's okay. It's still, I mean, to me, it still looks way better than Assemble, Avengers Assemble. Have you seen any of the X-Men Evolution cartoon, or not X-Men Evolution, any of the X-Men cartoons? I was about to say X-Men Evolution because I've had that on my mind. I've been watching it lately. Yeah, it's the original Evolution. Cool. I have the first DVD of 90s X-Men. It has the first, I think, 16 episodes. And I thought it was really good. I mean, I've been wanting to get the other DVDs, but some of them have gotten up in price on Amazon. But I also have the majority of Evolution on DVD. Well, something I really hate was that, because I guess it was because WB actually did, I guess they teamed up with Marvel, because X-Men Evolution aired on Kids WB. Something I really hate, they never released the last season of the 9 episodes on DVD. If you want to own them on DVD, like the only way you can do that, you could either get, I think it's on Amazon. It had been on Hulu, but then they took it off Hulu. But you can get it on Amazon Prime, and you can watch it on you can watch the episodes on YouTube. But as for a DVD release, there has been no DVD release, and I had to resort to, I got the episodes off of YouTube, and I kind of burned a DVD for myself. So I didn't want to resort to that, though. I would rather get the season on DVD. My guess is that because it was, since WB made it, because WB, they don't own, they don't have any partnership or ownership like with DC. Hello, Cyan Star. So they, with Marvel, that's why I was saying is that they would rather just do DC DVDs, and that's probably why they never did season 4 of Evolution. Okay, who did I get? Bianca and Rocco. Or Rocco. Okay. Would have rather have gotten Marshall, but we'll see. This helps give them a bunch of friendship points. Well, bronze only gives them a few. Only gave her 2. Okay. Take this. There we go. Get rid of this fish here. And another thing, I also have, but going back onto X-Men DVDs, I also have, Marshall. That's funny, like Marshall. I also have the complete series of Wolverine the X-Men, on DVD, so I have that, and I also have the 12-episode X-Men anime that they did back in, I think, 2012, I believe. About that, okay. Collect all the items. Didn't see the anime. The anime, I think out of all of them, the anime was the only, X-Men thing that was kind of meh. It was alright for what it was. I think Steve Blum had come back to voice Wolverine, as he always does, but, I mean, it was alright. Just I felt it could have been better, and I would have loved it if um, some of the other mutants or some of the other characters had showed up. I found it weird that there's an end credit scene, or there's a scene like right at the very end of the last episode that teased Magneto showing up, because they went for the first season, or for the 12 episodes. The villain that they dealt with was this very lesser known X-Men villain called the U-Men, I think. And they did that, and they had that for the season. I can't really remember much about what they are other than their name. I can look it up later. But there was that, so go see what closer. Okay. And back of my leg was itchy. Okay. Let's see. Or what to... I know of the human, they're human that want to evolve by using mutant organ. Oh yeah, that's what they were. I remember that. I remember now. I mean, I thought it was. I mean, I'll say this though. I think it's cool that they did something that they didn't use. Cause I mean, with X-Men stuff, they either always do Magneto, Apocalypse, Days of Future Past, The Mutant Cure, or Dark Phoenix. That's what they always like. Whenever they do something, it's always one of those stories, and I like that the anime did the human, or did something different, you know, because they always do the same stuff, and I don't mind the same stuff. I like the same stuff. I like seeing different takes on the same stuff. I would have loved to have seen ooh, I could get the Lobo Solo table cookie for only 5,000 bells. Cool. I would have loved to have seen, I mean, granted, I've never read the original Dark Phoenix comic. I tried to, but the dialogue, I mean, it's just, I don't know, I just couldn't really get through it at the time. But, I would have loved to have seen, because I heard X-Men, and that's another thing about X-Men Evolution, was I heard that they had a 5th season planned, and they were going to do Dark Phoenix. They were going to do their own take. Season 5 would have been a couple years after, it would have taken place like 2 or 3 years after the end of Season 4. My assumption is Scott and Jean would have been in college. Everybody else would have been like just right close to graduating. And I heard stuff, I think I heard, there was nothing confirmed, but I heard somewhere that they said that Season 5 was going to bring in their versions of Emma Frost and Psylocke. So there was a lot of stuff they were going to do with that, and it just never... Unfortunately, the show was stuck with the 52-episode curse, and it never happened. Had things had gone differently, with the 5th season, it would have been 13 more episodes, and if it had ended there would have been 75 total. So, or 60, let me see, 52, not 75, duh. I think 60, 65, yeah, 65. I don't know why I said 75. The number just popped up. I thought that was... I would have loved 75 episodes of Evolution, though. Okay. The flash forward teaser we saw in the end, was it hinted the Brotherhood, was it hinted the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants decided to work for S.H.I.E.L.D.? They showed the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo behind them. If you're asking this as a question, unless you're stating it as a statement. But if you're asking as a question, yeah, there was the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo was behind them. And... but yeah. Honestly, they could have had, like... Another thing they could have done, they could have continued... They could have continued it as a comic book. But they had done a tie-in comic before, but because of low sales, they canceled it after 9 issues. I heard the tie-in comic wasn't consistent with the Morlocks because the comic had their own take on the Morlocks, and then the show did kind of a different take, so it wasn't fully consistent. Alright, I think I screwed that up. Yeah, move them back. And also in the flash forward thing, they showed Magneto being a good guy, so that would have been very interesting to see, because they just about never do that in any of the stuff. I mean, in any of the shows or anything. And yeah, they had took a school bus hostage, and they were going to drive it off a cliff. Was that in... which episode was that in? Was that in the episode, or was that in the comic, or... I have no clue. The comic. Oh, wow. That's dark. They were never like that in the show. They were just troublemakers. They weren't... Would have been nice if the comic had been a little bit more consistent with the show. And what's really weird, I mean, I saw a thing saying, like, for the last issue of, or the last one, issue 9 for Evolution. And, sure, let's go with it. And, issue 9 was something about, oh, Cyclops is, okay. Quest for Mary, okay. Alright. Last issue, Scott left, was going somewhere for the night or whatever, and then all the other mutants decided to throw a party. And that's so weird, because that was an episode of the show. That was literally an episode of the show that was in, season 2. And it's that's kind of a poor way to wrap up, or be the final issue of the comic to basically be an episode of the show. Or plot-wise be an episode of the show. I don't know if they did anything differently in the comic. There we go. Got another level up, or another heart upgraded, or friendship leveled up, I think is, yeah, friendship leveled up. Okay. It's just crazy, though. It's I would have loved it if, Maybe the comic is not canon. I don't know. I think the comic, you could just say the comic just makes it look more like it looks like the cartoon. It has kind of the same character designs as the cartoon. I mean, it does, but it just I don't know. I heard the comic was going to introduce their take on the villain Mr. Sinister, but the comic was canceled before they could do that. However, cover art for the unreleased issue 10 was released, and he was on the cover. So people at least got to see what this version of, or what the evolution take on Mr. Sinister would have looked like. So that's cool. Okay, I have to plant some flowers later. Okay. Didn't he have a lot of large straps like an anime character? Was I imagining? I don't know. I haven't seen this unreleased cover. I heard about it. I read about it on Wikipedia, and then I think other people, I don't know if other people confirmed it. Okay, where does she go? There she is. That's the latest. It's better you could get easier, level ups when you get new villagers, campers, or whatever. And you give them stuff, because their friendship level can level up easy. At like level 1, 2, 3 and whatnot. So. Oh, she's making a cake. That's cute. Fruit tart. Okay. That's adorable. Okay. Almost already halfway there. Nice. Okay, let me see if I think my turkey pot pie is cooled down, so let me try to get me a little bite. Okay. I look him up. He had like 7-letter belts on. What? I look him up. Belts and none around his pants. Wow. My worst episode. The next evolution is Sins of the Sun. You misspelled sun there. You meant S-O-N. You spelled sun as in the sun in the sky. That's okay. The episode's crap. If you just wanted to, you could skip the episode. What was I supposed to get her? Wait a minute. Oh yeah, the fruit. It's okay. I know the episode you're talking about. And it'd actually be funny if it was called Sins of the Sun, as in the sun in the sky, because it'd be like, how would the sun in the sky sin or do something. It was amusing. That's fine. That's fine. It's funny. It was funny. It was cute. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Okay. Okay. Then when you collect furniture crap, they can move into your campsite. So that's cool. And personally, while I like all of the X-Men cartoons, I would have loved it to like to pieces if Daredevil had gotten a cartoon. Like they could have done one kind of like X-Men Evolution, have one be where it's like and they do like he's in high school, and they do like where it's like all of him and his characters, and it's like they're in high school and stuff. That would have been interesting. It would have been interesting like have it be like, let me get me some of my drink. Have it be where it's like he's in high school, try to do like toned down. If they can try to do toned down teen takes on Elektra and Bullseye, and make it even more interesting. Have Fisk be the principal. Have Fisk be the principal of the high school. That'd be interesting. And it's funny because Batman also, or DC almost did something like that with Batman. They had something called Gotham High, and they would have had teen takes on Batman, Batgirl, and the different Batman villains. And that would have been weird, though, to be honest, but who knows. Because it was, and I think they were trying to copy off of X-Men Evolution, because they were both WB, and Gotham High or whatever it would have been called, I think the idea was proposed in I think 2004, so it was right after Evolution ended. Okay. I would have watched it. My Daredevil High School idea or the Gotham High. I guess you were talking about Gotham High. I mean, I would have been interested in it, but I mean, And it was kind of weird, like, they were going to have not just teen Batman, but they were going to have teen Barbara Gordon, or Barbara would have been in the show. Even though she's younger than the rest of them. Both, yeah. Yeah, they're, like, that would have been awesome to see. I mean, I just love, I mean, it doesn't even have to be my idea. I would just love a Daredevil cartoon in general. The show made me a fan of the character. I mean, I kind of was a fan before. I did like some of the, like, scenes, not the movie itself, but just, like, little scenes from, the Daredevil movie. But it was mainly just one movie, and it just, like, me being a fan, it kind of just faded because it was just the one movie. And, but when I saw the show, the Netflix show, I'm like, yeah, this is, I know I'm gonna like this. Fang and Elise, that's the new animals, that's alright. Okay. I heard that She-Ra Season 2 mocks the original Filmation She-Ra. Well, screw that, and screw the people working on DreamWorks She-Ra, because I heard on Twitter from Neon of Clownfish TV, and he said that it has been 2 weeks since the passing of Larry. Is it Larry? I don't want to get his name wrong. Larry DiTillo. Cyan, I mean, you know more about this. Do you know his name? Can you search it up? But the guy there, he was the co-creator of the character. Co-creator of the character. And he had passed away, sadly passed away a few weeks ago. And it's been 2 weeks, and the team working on DreamWorks She-Ra, or Woke She-Ra, whatever you want to call it, they have said nothing. They have said nothing on social media. No tributes. Larry DiTillo. I think the name was spelled wrong, but it's alright. Oh, the last name was spelled wrong, but it's alright. But it's been 2 weeks. There's been nothing. No tributes. No announcements. Like, they're not even acknowledging the fact that the person that co-created the character that they are using and ruining, I might add, they're saying nothing. And I think that's really disgusting, and it just makes me want their woke garbage show to just get canceled even more now. If they're not even going to acknowledge the fact that the co-creator, but I guess because since he's a man, since he's a guy, they don't want to acknowledge that. Just screw them. Okay. But anyways. I mean, honestly, but going back on to Daredevil, though, I find it a crime that he has had so few view animated stuff. I imagine they view them as an old relic with outdated ideas and thought. Well, honestly, are their ideas any better? Are their ideas really that much better? It just seems that they just want to ruin the characters by incorporating gay stereotypes and shit. And like, basically making the show, but it's like, it's basically their thought train of the show is, let's adapt the show and add, like, 100% gay to it. Like, let's have all the characters just be either gay or ambiguous, like you don't know for sure. And it's like, and that's not, I mean, I had nothing against, like, having gay characters. It's just, that's not She-Ra. That's not She-Ra, though. None of the characters were gay. They could have made one or two new characters that were gay, and if the show had been, if the characters had been respected, and they had added to the, like, if the show had been a great adaptation and they had added to the show, like maybe add a character or two who were gay, they would have been accepted. They would have been accepted by the fan base. It would have been fine. If they were, like, really liked and really badass, who knows? They could have been accepted, like, in She-Ra after that. But it's just, like, suddenly everybody, like, either everybody's gay or the cartoon is just not that good. Or just, like, the shading. I've seen an episode or two, and the shading looks off. The characters are freaking annoying. No, SJW seem to rip off the same ideas and tropes. SJW and Tumblr stuff tend to be predictable since they must always follow the same belief and talking point. Yeah. It's what I've said before. You get woke, you go broke. That's what many people have been saying. That's what, anytime I've seen Twitter posts about Cloak and Dagger, I wrote get. I put a period, like a little period dot at the end of each word. I wrote get woke, go broke. The show got woke, and it's just, I'm like, nope, not even gonna acknowledge that show's existence. And humorously enough, yet another one of the Vertigo, the SJW Vertigo comics, they're in the new run by that Zoe Quinn asshole. By that Zoe Quinn asshole. I didn't watch the first 2 episodes of the She-Ra reboot, Cyan. I watched like 2 random episodes in a stream. And at times the characters got annoying and I didn't really care. It was to the point where I think, and that's the kind of thing with when it comes to these SJW shows, it seems the villains are the only sane ones of the group, or they are more compelling and more interesting than the actual heroes. I've heard people say they liked Catra more than She-Ra in this new show. They liked Catra more than the majority of the cast. Ooh, what's happening here? Oh, okay, just it turned to sunset. Okay, let me see. I have to get a flower for her. Oh, because 5 o'clock, that's why the thing changed. there we go. But I like how she's an elephant, but her face kind of looks like a teapot. That's cute. That's really cute. And her name is Tia. But anyway, so it just seems, and that's what the problem is that it's just, the shading looked off. It's just, I don't care. I don't really care about new She-Ra. In better news, and I'm gonna announce it here, well, it's probably, everybody else probably would have heard it elsewhere. They announced that, the Dragon Prince, the better Netflix animated show, they said, Dragon Prince, it was confirmed yesterday, it has been renewed for season 3. So I'm happy about that. So we'll get to have another season event. Okay. Can't wait for it. Yeah, it's really good. Me and my sister, we've been watching season 1, or not season 1, we just started season 2. So we've been doing that. Well, I guess if I'm gonna go anywhere, I'm gonna have to plant some yellow pansies, because some of my campers, villagers, whatever, neighbors, whatever, they want some yellow pansies, so I'll have to do that. It's really easy to get a lot of, like, little achievement items in this. That's, that's what's really cool. I think that's really cool. Because Nintendo said before with their mobile games, they don't want to be where it's like they put as much of a... They want people to enjoy their games. They don't want people, like, having to buy extra stuff to enjoy their games. I mean, I don't know if they... I don't know if they tried to do that before with some of their early stuff. Because with the Wii U, after what happened with the Wii U, I don't know. I wish I had a cowboy hat. I could give him a cowboy hat. Because his name is Tex. That would be perfect. I'll give him this circle. Oh, that's cute. I'm gonna make a cowboy hat for him if I have one to craft. Okay, let me see if I can craft a hat for him. Oh, it sucks. I don't have one. Damn it. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Oh, I don't have... Wait, I don't have pansy? Darn it. Well, maybe... Can I get some from them? Order seed. Yep. That's what I need. Order 20. Okay. So I bought them. Alright. Okay. How long do they take to grow? 2 hours? Wow. Well, I have flower food that could speed it up. Do that. There we go. There we go. X-Men storyline has been getting a little stale. What do you think the new threat to mutants should be the new threat to mutants in the modern age? I mean, I don't know. What did I miss, Crimson? Not much. I think it would be interesting seeing like cyber terrorists or just other people like go online like with their mutant hatred and try going after like mutants that way. I mean, but I don't know if I mean that would be interesting. It would be interesting. I mean, it would be sad, but it would be something new. It would be something new. Maybe make a team that make a new team that's a bunch of teenagers where they would be more relevant and they would know about cyberbullying. I mean, it wouldn't be just cyberbullying. It would be like, because the internet the internet's great, but it can be used for some very dangerous, very bad things. I mean, some that isn't used in, some people, both in real life and then you see in certain stuff, they use, the internet and stuff. They go and kidnap people and do horrible things. X-Men versus the online trolls. I mean, you would think if there was people like the Purifiers or other people who are like racist towards mutants, that you would think that they would evolve, that they themselves would evolve and they would start using stuff like the internet to go in and hurt or do things. Because it's always like, you see like people like the haters or the mutant haters, they always like discriminate and stuff, but I mean some people that are like that, they're like really bad. Like they go in and they hurt other people or hurt people they don't understand. Like IGN, there's this anime on Netflix. It's kind of, I think it uses 3D models, but it's very cel shaded. It looks like a lot like a traditional 2D anime. It's called IGN Demi-Human, and basically the story is kind of played out, kind of like I said, well, the stream was messing up. That's fine. But the story. Let me have Pete deliver stuff. Story is that there's been a bunch of people, like a group of people, and they find out, like, they die, and then they find out, like, they have this, like, I don't know if it's, and I don't think it's a demon, but they have something, this other force, otherworldly force or something. and it keeps them, it brings them back to life, so they could die over and over and come back to life. And the story, I mean, and then some of the stuff in that kind of plays out sort of like X-Men, because where it's like there's the regular human people, and then there's the ones, the I-genes, or the demi-humans, who could just keep dying and basically live forever, and I don't think they age or anything. So there's that. And one of the things in one of the first episodes, there's this uh, the kid, the lead character, um, who he ends up being one of them. But he, before watching, or before I think before he found out he was one of them, he saw a video that I think it was on some news thing, and it was of some like online terrorist type thing, and they had one of like the IGene like demi-humans or whatever, and they just basically what they kept doing, they had captured him, kept him or her, I think it was a him, kept him captive, and they basically just kept killing him over and over again, and that's just wow, that's crazy, that's extreme. I'm not saying they have to do that with X-Men. I mean, obviously, the only mutant that could, live, like, die and just come back over and over again is Wolverine. But, I mean, if they got a bit more extreme, like, kidnapping mutants, making them slaves, or something to that degree, that would be interesting to see. It would be new, at least. You would think, I mean, I find it weird. You would think they would have done that story already, where they would, like, there would be some online group of people, and they want to, like, kidnap and brainwash mutants into being, like, slaves for them or something. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done that already. And to see people, like, see the mutants, like, fight back and stuff, that'd be interesting. I'm not saying that that's something I crave to see. I'm not some sicko. I'm just saying that would be a new story that they could explore. And I mean, the fact that it's a new story, it would be dark, brutal, maybe not a little scary, maybe really scary. But I mean, at the same time, it'd be something new. I guess I don't know if they want to keep it family friendly or keep the comics family friendly. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, they're fictional characters, but I'm not saying I want to see real people suffer like that. Marshall, where are you? I don't know. I'm trying to get this whole, like, all of them constantly leveled up. Anyways, y'all get what I'm saying. They just want to keep on doing the racism angle with nothing new. Well, the thing of it is, I mean, if they did the story I'm proposing, I mean, Young Justice is doing that. They're doing this whole metahuman trafficking. There you go, right there. It doesn't have to be, like, just that. You bring in mutant trafficking. Mutants getting captured, either being brainwashed or just being sold almost like via, like, sort of like human trafficking just with mutants. Have them be sold as like slaves or something, and then have the X-Men try to stop it and save the day, you know? That's a story right there they could tell. I mean, depending on the story they tell, that could be something that could last a couple years for them to do. Or that could be something... I think Genosha deals with that. Well, I think the difference with Genosha is that, Genosha... I don't know if Genosha has it where, wasn't that Magneto trying, like... Because I remember Wolverine the X-Men had where Wolverine... Or not Wolverine, Magneto had Genosha, and then he was trying to brainwash and get force mutants who had gone to Genosha to fight on his side against the humans. What I'm proposing is have humans. Well, I think then again I think 90s X-Men had an episode on Genosha. It was called Slave Island, and they had I think Jubilee, Gambit, and I think Storm were captured, and then the other X-Men I think saved them or something. I forgot about that episode. That's so weird that they wouldn't go. They couldn't do something like that again as a story. Okay. I completely forgot that they did that on Genosha in the 90s X-Men show. I don't know if that was ever done in the comics though. Okay. I remember Freya, this animal right here. She was a neighbor on my original GameCube Animal Crossing game, which I think is really cool. Me too, though. Okay. I mean, I think Human had some trafficking, but it was for organs. Yeah, I remember now with that. Let me think here. Let me see. I'll contact another animal. I'm getting shy. I'm running out of these contact cards, though. Can't call him here. Do you want to call him? Okay. That's the last calling card I have. Is Gabby in this game? I don't know. I know Marshall is, and I know... Because they update the game, and they add more neighbors or whatever in the game. I think currently all of the neighbors in the game, I think there's 300 so far. Across the different ones. And I think 190 of them, I think, are in this game. Currently. Well, I was wondering. That's fine. You can wonder it. That's fine with me. storage I have? 33%, so I can keep this going for a little bit and then I'll have to put it on the charger. That's alright. How long have I had this going? Already an hour and 20 minutes. This might be my longest live stream ever if I keep this going. Because all my Marvel Future Fight ones... all my Marvel Future Fight ones are just an hour or so. 3 people are watching the stream. So Cyan, Underworld Dream, and I wonder who the third person is. Is it Tevya? Is Mila here? Mila had just subscribed and we've been like, we chat on Twitter and stuff. And she subscribed to me the other day. I wonder who the third person is. If the third person is still here, can you comment, please? Mutants seem to hate Robot and Cybernetic because of Sentinels. Maybe Starline dealing with prejudice and mistrust of Robot, AI, and Cybernetic. Show that they become what they hate. Oh, that would be a good story. That'd be a good one to tell. I'm trying to remember. There was, it was in Wolverine the X-Men. I remember I heard it was something that was in the comics. There was a Sentinel that they reverse. I think it was damaged, and then the mutants reverse engineered it, and it ended up, being on their side. I can't remember the Sentinel's name. And I don't know if that was something like if it was an alternate universe story like Age of Apocalypse or something. But that'd be another interesting thing, interesting story. Why not bring back the good guy Sentinel, who is helping the mutants? 2 people are watching the stream. I guess whoever the third person was, they left. Sorry, third person. There are a few Sentinel in the comic and show that has that. I can't remember. I think Roger, that was the name I think of the Sentinel I'm talking about. Or Rover. I think it was Roger. Okay. I'm almost there. Okay. Let me see if any of campers or whatever at the campsite, if they need anything. And it's like, something else that would have been nice, that they could have done on Evolution would have been, but then again, I guess they kind of gave the whole secret daughter or whatever role to Scarlet Witch, but, I thought it would have been interesting if they had brought in Polaris on Evolution. Give you that. Nice. That's nice. Powerpuff Girls over She-Rant, She-Ra reboot, and Starverse: The Force of Evil. Yep. I never got how She-Ra. Yep. I never got how. I remember you were telling me how. Telling me or telling me a while back how. Or telling me recently that that they had Star was basically portrayed as straight for I think 3 seasons, but then or 2 seasons, and then in a recent episode had like she had a crush or whatever on some black lady, and I'm like, what are you doing this just to please or whatever, show off you can represent to the LGBT community? Because honestly, that's kind of lazy, the way you did that, or the way they did that. If you're gonna do representation, you don't just go and say, I'm gonna take the lead character, and after 30, 40 episodes, go and have like, oh, I suddenly have a crush on a girl now. There's better bisexual, but still, you can do better than that. If you're gonna make a character, you make a good, liked character who happens to be gay and has a gay relationship. How freaking hard is that? How hard is that to do? That shouldn't be that hard. You know? And I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I'm trying to see if nobody needs any requests. Damn it. Anyways, I can't help but wonder if in another couple years, or another year or two, once Disney or whatever, once Marvel MCU can get around to doing the MCU X-Men movies or whatever, if we'll get a new X-Men cartoon. Because Spider-Man got a new cartoon. Guardians of the Galaxy got a cartoon. I'm gonna be pissed if they give freaking Captain Marvel a cartoon. They might not do that, but they'll probably give her a season like they did with Black Panther's Quest on Avengers Assemble. So yeah. Okay. Personally, I love it if they gave Ant-Man a cartoon. They've really... Did you read my comment about... Oh yeah, it's about Star Butterfly. Butterfly is a shit character who's also useless. Jack Harkin from Doctor Who, supposed to be pansexual Malaric incarnation. In Torchwood, he would only flirt and have a relationship with men. instead of men, women, alien, they basically turned him gay. I don't know. I don't watch, I don't watch Torchwood. I mean, I watched, like, the first episode. And then they ended it, and then people have been saying they wanted, BBC to bring, Torchwood back. Okay. See, there's Marshall right there. On the right. So I know he's in the game. I'm just trying to get that, get him unlocked. And then I can focus on getting him moved into my camp. In my experience with modern bind pansexual character, it basically used to turn character exclusively gay, yeah. The one character that they actually did a decent job, that I thought did sort of a good job with being bi, was Sarah Lance, Black Canary. I mean, they at least, there were, I mean, lately they've just been kind of just having where she just has a relationship with another woman, but I liked that it's like sometimes they'd have where she would be with a guy and sometimes she'd be with a girl. Like they had, I really liked, my favorite pairing in the Arrowverse wasn't Elicity, wasn't Barry and Iris, wasn't any of the relationships. I liked the friendship that that Sarah and Captain Cold, Leonard Snart, had in season 1 of Legends of Tomorrow. And then they had to go and kill him off, but I really liked, I thought that was a really nice friendship. It's really sad that the only way you can have a friendship on a CW Arrowverse show between a guy and a girl, because they confirmed she was bisexual, and the actor who played Snart on the show, I think he said he was portraying him as pansexual. So basically, like, there wouldn't be, like, no way, or not really much of anything where it would be them in a relationship. It's actually kind of sad that you can't have, like, 2 straight characters that are one guy and one girl, and they just can be friends. You know? Egbert and Kid. Okay. But I liked the friendship that the two of them had. That was really cool. I don't have that flower. Okay. I'm gonna try to get her to move to my campsite. Let me see what items she needs. Oh, I only need a sleek table and a round. But I like iZombie. I never said anything bad about iZombie. I just said I would like it if... Well, then again, I think, Liv and her partner friend, they're just friends, so that's cool. Ravi, I think. I forget his name. I haven't seen the show in a while. Okay, it's gonna take an hour. And then this, the other item. The table, sleek table, will take 30 minutes. Okay. I mean, I hate the CW, but I like iZombie. Yeah, iZombie was pretty good from what I've seen the 4 seasons. When's the next season of iZombie? I think it's premiering in May, from what I heard. I may be wrong. I don't know. Cyan would know. Cyan's a huge fan of iZombie. I think I'll keep this going until I get to May 2nd. Okay. I think I'll keep this going until I get to level 20, and then I'm gonna I'll quit this, and then maybe I'll start up a second stream, and then I might play, like, Marvel Future Fight, or something. Oh yeah, I saw a clip that, remember in a past stream I found out about, John Cryer playing, Lex Luthor on the CW Supergirl show. Oh, and speaking of Arrowverse, I also have some tremendously great news. Since we all like iZombie, we need to do a prediction of the next season stream. I wouldn't just say about doing just a prediction for the next season. Next season is going to be the final season of iZombie, so we would have to do predictions of, like, how the show will end. I'm not a super fan of iZombie, but I still like it, so I'll still watch it, and I can talk about it too. R.I.P. So anyway, so I saw a clip of John Cryer as Lex Luthor, and he really pulled it off. I didn't think he was going to pull it off, but he surprised me. Also, in some tremendously great news I found out last night, and everybody on Twitter's happy, the majority of people are happy. Emily Bet Ricards, who plays Felicity on Arrow, primarily on Arrow, she announced that after playing the character, after playing the character for 7 years, that she will not be returning as Felicity in Season 8 in the final season of Arrow. Supposedly, I've been hearing stuff that Season 7 was going to be the final season, but it was like whoever the current showrunner, whoever was working on whatever, wanted to do another season. So that's why they're doing another season. And apparently because they have to have the crossover where Oliver, like, they have to show Oliver, because the whole Crisis on Infinite Earths, that people are saying, like, oh, that he's gonna die in Crisis on Infinite Earths. I doubt they'll keep that as, like, have, like, Barry go, like, oh, well, I lost Oliver. I lost, like, this. Like, you would think, like, big moments would help develop them as characters, but it doesn't. It doesn't, really. It never does. Nothing ever changes. Nothing ever really develops on these shows. I feel like writing a Twitter post saying the original plan CW had was they were going to wait till 2024 to do Crisis on Infinite Earths. But here this past season, I've been seeing reports and stuff of actors leaving and actors, like, there's drama behind the scenes. The actor again, yeah. The actor for Win, I think there was some drama, I guess, between him and the other actors. So they reduced his role. I think he's either like guest star or recurring at this point instead of lead character. I've heard stuff that either Danielle Panabaker, Carlos Valdez might be out. Then there was the drama on Arrow because you have the whole thing after they stupidly killed off Laurel Lance in season 4, which I think they did that because they just hated the actress. Because that was just. I heard she didn't even know. She didn't. They didn't have it planned. They didn't have it planned who they were going to kill off, and they, I think, told her 1 week before they started filming the episode that was going to be her episode where they killed her off. So there was drama with that. They kind of hit it well, but you could tell there's still drama. There was stuff, I think, either Willa Holland, there was either stuff behind the scenes with that, or that there was stuff that she was leaving to pursue other projects. But that's the thing though, is that I think between the fact that the actors want to do other things, and the fact that this is a bunch of 20-somethings, so there's going to probably, depending on the people you get, you have to be careful because some of them could end up causing drama, and that would ruin your plans of a long-term show. And I think that's why they pushed it up to 2019 when they do Crisis on Infinite Earths. Because either the actors don't want to devote another 5 years. Because, I mean, honestly, they want to do other projects. Some of these actors have been doing this as early as 2012. So I don't blame them if they want to move on to something else. It was honestly kind of stupid in that first episode of Flash to go like, oh, hey, in 2024, this is what we're doing. If you knew the actors wouldn't want to continue to want to do that. I don't know. All I know is Felissa Bitch is gone. Felissa Bitch is gone, so season 8 might actually be decent. Or subpar at best. I mean, I loved Felicity. I loved her in the first 2 seasons. They just ruined her character. And she became too much of a focus. But anyways, I don't know. What do y'all think? Ding dong, the bitch is dead. She's not dead, they're just writing her out, probably. They revealed in the future, because season, I think, 6 or 7 had been doing flash forward, showing, 20 years in the future, or whatever. And they showed that, she was still alive, so... Only watched 5 episodes of Arrow, and they were, season 2 or 3. Yeah. Just... Season 1 and 2 were good. Season 3 was okay, and it fell off the wagon with season 4. 5 was okay. I didn't really care much for 6. Personally. I'm kind of frustrated. I ran out of damn calling cards. Because I don't have where I can have anybody else just coming to my town. I don't effing care. I don't blame you if you did or didn't. Let's see. Oh shit! What is it? What's the problem? Everything alright, Cyan? I'm fine. Well, that's good. Does little Miss Kitty over here need anything else? What level was she at? So what do y'all think of this mobile game anyway? Your was that a thing from Cat Icarus? Ah, okay. What about you, Underworld? What do you think of the game? I found it would be funny. Okay, Cyan, that's cool. Anyways. Put this on a charger. I can still keep going though. Anyways. I think this is a fun game. As for like shows and stuff I'm looking forward to, or like other Netflix stuff, I heard, I think it was going to be on Cartoon Network. Oh, that's cute. I'm making juice. I think orange juice. So, as for like stuff like animated stuff on Netflix, I think it was there was this cartoon it was going to be, it was like the pilot was on Cartoon Network, or I don't know if it was Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. But the show is called 12 Forever, and it was about this like 12-year-old girl, and she was a superhero and stuff or something. And Netflix ended up getting it, and I think it's gonna be Netflix ended up is making the show, and it's gonna be on I think it's premiering either this year or next year, and that looks like that'll be Cartoon. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Cartoon Network. But there's that, and then there's this other this other series called I think The Last Kids on Earth, and it's about a bunch of teenagers, and it's like they love playing video games and just stuff like that. They have a cool treehouse, decked out with lots of cool nerd stuff. But it's also like the zombie apocalypse and stuff, and it looks interesting. And it's based on a book series. It's based on a children's book series. So that looks like that'll be fun. And that's gonna be premiering later this year. Okay. Is Underworld Dream still here? Sound good, yeah. I heard Last Kids on Earth, the cast is, surprisingly, it's a bunch of adults. Like, they're gonna have Mark Hamill, Rosario Dawson. So that, I mean, that should be interesting. Yes. Yep, you're still here. Okay. So just, I'm like, as a nurse, I'm worried about what, like, but moving back onto the stuff like Daredevil and whatnot, I'm worried about what they're gonna be doing moving forward. I don't know if Marvel's gonna be rebooting. Some lunkhead idiot at Disney said that the only way they could go and have Daredevil and the rest of them in the movies, they'd have to reboot and recast. So the stuff, like all the past Marvel Netflix shows would be rebooted, and they wouldn't matter. Those stories, all of that canon and stuff, what they set up wouldn't matter, and they'd recast the actors. And I'm like, I really don't want that to be the case. But I just don't know at the same time. Okay. Come on, there we go. Come on. Trying to make sure it charges. Oh. Oh, shoot. Okay, it's still alive. Okay. It went down to just 1%. Just like that. Ah, darn it. Damn it. It went dead.